Okay, cool. I am Christiaan Jager. I am also an honors student, currently doing my honors here as well. And I'll be talking about my game that I made last year called Rebuild the Cube. So that's what you got to do. You got to rebuild the cube. It's essentially a VR puzzle solver where you have to. It's this giant cube that explodes into a bunch of tiny ones, and you have to find them and rebuild it around this core centerpiece. It's set in space for zero gravity, so the cubes can float around all around you. And the reason it was set in outer space was so you can have zero gravity, because that's something that's pretty cool to experience in VR, is if stuff's floating around you, like it's in space, because that's not something you can generally experience. The other cool thing about space is that you get a really cool sense of scale when you're actually in the VR world, because it's way different than experiencing anything else, because you can make the player feel like he's actually in this giant, awesome area. And space is cool, that's why I picked space. Okay, so approaching the core puzzle mechanic of the game, it's you find the little pieces and you have to match the color coding around this core centerpiece. The way it was built was there's a bunch of reference points, and each cube is tagged to one reference point, so you can only have the one cube in the right point. It made debugging a lot easier because you can find which one is broken if it doesn't work, because it's got a code linked to another one. And this allows for basically, what the goal was to make it a little spaceship that explodes into tiny bits, but it ended up being cubes because of deadlines. But the nice part is now you can just go in and replace everything and make it whatever you want, because the system's already there, and you can replace it with a ship or a car or anything that can explode into tiny pieces. Cool. And then in terms of space, physical space, the game was built in my room, and I didn't have any space to walk around while in VR, so I had to find a way to work around actually moving around in space. So I came up with basically you shoot this beam out of your controller to point at the cube, and that draws the cube towards you, because if you're in space like this, you can walk around and grab the cubes, but when you can just turn around, the only option is to use the beams. And this makes it fun because you can combine it, and if you're in a space like this, you can walk around and grab them or beam them towards you. Yeah, and that's it. You can also play it afterwards if you want to. Cool, thanks.